Good evening, wonderful friends. Today, on 91st episode of Deep Talks, I am welcoming a wonderful soul. She's a great socialite and known by many people, an educationist, philanthropist, social reformer, talented soul, Mrs. Anju Handa, who's going to be in conversation with me, founder of Deep Talks. I am amazed at how she can manage so many roles and yet be present for my show. And after a long wait, because I'm a fan of hers, she has taken out her time to be in this journey of completing 100 episodes. I am grateful that Mrs. Handa is there with us, who is also the founder of She Connects and He Connects. So let's welcome my co host, Srishti Sharma. This evening, we will be introducing Mrs. Handa and creating a memory for all of us. Let's join and do drop in your comments, like, share. We are also live on our YouTube channel, Gurleen Khokhar, a public figure and a psychologist. So most welcome to join in, drop your comments and listen to the beautiful introduction by my co-host Srishti Sharma.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening and welcome everyone. Tonight we have with us a very special guest, and it is my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce her to you, Mrs. Anju Handa, an educationalist, philanthropist, social reformer, and a woman of multiple talents. Mrs. Anju Handa rose to excellence through her grit and determination, battling many challenges in life. She's a firm believer that life gives you tests first and lessons afterwards. Starting as a preschool teacher, she did various jobs, including marketing, giving hobby classes, and cooking classes. Being an educationalist and having a knack for entrepreneurship, she established in 1999 a preschool consultancy named Greens, of which she's presently the director and CEO. Mrs. Handa has also compiled and narrated the real life journey of 60 plus women entrepreneurs from diverse fields in her book Inspiring Entrepreneur Journey from Can I to I Can, whose fourth edition is set to release this September. Further augmenting her creative talent, she hosted an innovative and collaborative orientation program, Me Who May I Help You, for parents and teachers. She always believed that women had a bigger role in creating an egalitarian society, which resulted in the creation of She Connects, a collaborative all women platform to provide all kinds of exposure and guidance to unleash and encourage unique hidden potential of women to transcend into financial freedom. A firm believer in gender equality, she laid foundations of He Connects, a platform for men to address their problems, seek guidance, support, and motivate them on 2nd of April 2022. She feels men and women complement each other, and together they can create a beautiful society. She won many awards, including Women Excellence Award by Government of India, Social Activist Award by Green Earth Foundation, Citizen Journalism Award, and Excellence Award by ICMEI, Women Author Award by Third Global Literary Festival for her commendable work. Mrs. Anjuhanda's story truly amplifies what Swami Vivekananda once said. Education is the manifestation of perfection already existing in person. She nurtured her visions and dreams by working hard with honesty, sincerity, and commitment to fulfill her prerogative of guiding, motivating, and empowering women. The empowered woman is powerful beyond measure and beautiful beyond description. At this juncture, I also feel honored to introduce Dr. Gurleen Khokhar, who, with a conviction, has achieved innumerable milestones. Her mental health initiative, Deep Talks, provides a platform to issues not yet openly discussed. Today, in the 91st episode of Deep Talks, Mrs. Anju Handa is here to inspire us with her journey. I invite you all to enjoy and say hello to this conversation, which will lead to deep talks by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing it with all your loved ones. Here, I would also like to mention that the contents of this channel doesn't intend to harm anyone's feelings or sentiments and doesn't have any intentions to hurt any religion, caste, creed, gender, or sex. Be the voice and not an echo. On this note, halting this conversation for future connects and leaving the virtual stage of communication open to the public and ma'am for leading the way up. Thank you, ma'am.
That was
Thank
a wonderful introduction. An honor to have you, Mrs. Handa, with us. A very good evening to you, and a warm welcome from me and my co host and the audience who is already a fan of yours. I'm sure there will be people watching you. So, how does it feel to be, first of all, on this show and to be connected to me in person?
Thank you so much, Gurleen, first of all, for inviting me on this platform on your show, Deep Talks. I have been following your shows and I have seen that you have brought many inspirational people over this platform, not from India, but from abroad also. So you are doing a commendable job, because bringing together so many inspirational personalities some way I feel that many people are getting inspired watching your show.
Thanks a
Since
lot, ma'am. It means a
Yes,
lot.
since I am also kind of running a platform with the same thought line
Yes,
that when you meet people you get inspiration from them. Anybody can inspire anybody, because every
very right.
woman, every person on this earth inspire in some way or the other that is very unique to every individual. So
Very true,
it is
ma'am. Very true.
wonderful that Deep Talk is bringing out such people over here, and those who are watching them, they are getting inspiration, and definitely you are a big change maker in the society because you are changing the world by
True,
inspiring
ma'am.
people.
True, ma'am. I wish that your blessings continue to shower upon us and we also connect with you, whether it's she connects and he connects. It's a wonderful idea, brilliant idea, concept by you, which has also been my favorite. And I feel that men and women go hand in hand, complementing each other to create something that's beautiful, which is already created by the Lord, the creation by the Lord. So, your journey, ma'am, kicked off by being a preschool educator. I would love to know what is your takeaway when people say that you are educated and you have knowledge, but when you don't imply the same knowledge in the fields where it is really needed, does one feel hopeless? Because seeing you, I've seen that you have grown as an educator and you've implemented your various skills to support not only women but now men also. So how was your journey, and what made you think that despite all that teaching skills and all, you can actually impart many other things like marketing skills to women and men and various types of other things that can give them financial freedom? So how was your learning, and how do you think that you are empowering in true sense the women and the men together in this world?
Okay. Thank you, Gurleen, for your this question. I feel, see, I started my journey without any technical qualification. I belong to Punjab. I am from Batala. Basically, I belong to Batala. It's a very small town in Punjab.
Wonderful.
So during the Blue Star operation, I got shifted from there to Bangalore. And
Yes.
there, to pass my time, I started working in a school. It was a formal school. And I
Okay.
think I'm in English and I'm BSc. So I don't have a relevant qualification in terms of like B.Ed or a entity, but somehow I got that job over there just to pass my time. So it was only after marriage when I landed to Delhi. So I realized I started, exploring the possibility for passing my time because after marriage I was a simple housewife and my husband was a businessman, so there was
Very
enough
nice.
of time. Although I am in a nuclear family, there were lot many responsibility too. I
Yes.
am from a era when the those kind of facilities were not available, which is available for our children. you know I am from
Well
that
said, ma'am.
that time. So apart from the home responsibility, there was a restlessness in me that I want to do something. So I started exploring, and when I went to school to apply for a job, they said, "Ma'am, you should be B.Ed. Without
Yes.
B.Ed, we don't give a job in a school." So I applied for a B.Ed course from Annamalai University. That time it was a distant learning program was there. So they
Yes.
asked me, if you want to do a B.Ed, you should be working. You
Yes.
know. So you see the kind of contradiction here. I went to a school.
Exactly.
I should be
One
doing.
after another.
Yes, there was a contradiction in itself that I cannot work because I am not technically qualified, and I cannot take that qualification because I am not working. So that really put me off for this qualification, and I took it up as a challenge. I said, now
Wonderful.
let's do something. So I started exploring other things, and somehow in Bangalore, I have learned few courses like ice cream making, baking,
Wow.
cooking. So all those big courses I've done. So I started doing these classes, and it was a great hit, and people started approaching me, and they started learning from me.
Yes, that is
But
it. That is
somewhere,
commendable. It's
yes,
commendable. Now,
somewhere,
when you talk about halting you here, when you talk about giving hope to other women, you already started that thought, and you felt when technical education, like technically, you're not qualified for being into the teaching. That maybe that acted as a good seed of thought for you to now be so talented with various skills and providing so many women so many things that they cannot think of but can only approach you, and that's maybe that is one reason why now you are into a great wider circle. Do you really think that that acted as a seed of inspiration to
yes.
you?
Yes, definitely. I think doing all those classes and everything, and then exploring other possibilities. I started a toy making factory, and then I started supplying to Archie's galleries. Then
Wow.
uh, after some time, when my daughter was growing, somehow she felt that I am devoting so much of time in making and interacting with the labor to make that fur. And fur is something which uh, uh, it is very irritating also at times. So my
Yes.
daughter was getting irritated, and she says, "Mama, don't make these toys." One day she came back from school, so I stopped that. And then I went, and when my son was just 3 years old, 2.5 years old, I went to a school, preschool, to admit him. And there, the owner of the school, she offered me a job. She said, "Why don't you come? And you seem to an educated person, and why don't you help here as a teacher?" So it was, I think, I was on cloud nine that I am getting a teaching opportunity.
Totally getting it, because I think she saw your, insight of how you can vision the affection to the kids and learn more and grow more. You, I think, always had an eye for feeling that you have still a lot of potential to learn and make others feel the empowered thought and confidence that you can bring in others was seen by that owner of the school. I'm very sure that that was a turning point in your life, and you
Yes,
established a
exactly. I
preschool
was,
consultancy named
yes,
Greens in
exactly, exactly.
1999.
Exactly. I was going to use the same thing, that was a turning point in my life, because after that there was no looking back. I joined as a preschool teacher as a very meager salary. It is salary was so less, but since it was not my need, money was not the need. My need
Yes,
was to pass time, so I joined it, and then I proved my worth. I took it as a challenge, and within a 3 years, I was the marketing manager of the school, heading a team of around
that
10,
is
12 people.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's why today, when I'm flashing this on the screen, I've written, I'm in conversation with super successful and determined soul, Mrs. Anju Handa. This came from my heart because I truly know that you've walked a journey which has to be shared so that people can get ideas from you and don't feel hopeless sitting at home, because despite the change in the times and the eras and the generation gap, I feel still there are people who are hesitant to pick up skills and make it as an employment and bring in financial freedom to themselves. And you are doing something which is incredible. Your
Yeah.
passion has never died, and that has helped you kick off various needs of fulfilling others needs and
Yes.
desires and wants also. And it
Yes,
is
Gurleen, I
wonderful.
truly believe. I truly believe that every woman is born empowered. Some platforms, some opportunities can be instrumental in bringing out that spark. And for me, that was a spark which was offered by that school. And from that spark, I have really done so much work there. Like, I used to, work so hard that I never used to realize the timings I am paid for. I used to work much beyond my timings. And then I think that hard work really paid me off, because after leaving the school, after some time, when I felt that family is being neglected and I am not able to do justice, I am feeling little guilty in my heart that I am unable to give times to my own children. So I started my preschool consultancy company. So I think
Yes.
running a preschool consultancy company and event management without any technical course behind it, I think that
That is
experience came to help
commendable.
me. Yeah.
Yes, it is unexplainable in words how the feeling must be. And when you sit with the people who are technically qualified now, I'm sure that you are way ahead of them because there is an aptitude for you which you already got an insight by working on yourself. There are some people who cannot look into their own weaknesses and strengths. Being a psychologist, I can say myself that some people lose the vision to see their own skills, their own strengths and weaknesses, and how to improve and work upon them. In this materialistic world, when I talk to the viewers around and the people around, I feel they are more materialistic. And I'm sure you'll agree with me. You went with a vision to learn, the scope of learning and growing. That was there in your mind. You never thought of the meager salary that you were receiving. And look
Yes,
at the
I think
journey that you have come so far, and you are now CEO and director of your own preschool consultancy named Greens, which you established in 1999. Now that's commendable. And I'm sure that is how you have compiled and narrated the real life talk of about 60 ladies who are entrepreneurs from
yes,
wide range of
exactly.
services. Exactly. And your book titled Inspiring Entrepreneur Journey from Can I to I Can. And that is
Yes,
commendable. I
exactly.
must salute you
Gurleen,
for that.
exactly that is something which I would like to tell, because what inspired me to write that journey, because I always felt that my journey was full of hardship, doing something and then the other, and then again changing some other job. So I faced lot many hurdles in terms of not I was not having those kind of sources which are available nowadays. So when I went to a meeting and there I announced that I want to write a book on women entrepreneur, I was not having any clue what this book will be and what kind of people will feature in it. After announcing, I took it as a challenge. No, I have announced, so I have to compile this book. So I started looking for people who are inspirational. And when I was reading and compiling their stories, and when the stories came to me and I was compiling them, I realized, yeah, their stories are so inspiring. My
True.
story is inspirational, which motivated me to write about other people, but their story was nonetheless. They were so inspiring, and every story I read that inspired me beyond limits. And I compiled that book. First book was released on a global literary fest by the hands of Dr. Sandeep Marwa, who is the Chancellor of
Wow.
University. And he
Yes.
also met me at a time when even I was not in my dreams could think of that my book will be released on such a big platform. So
True.
he gave me that platform, and then second book and third book, and now fourth is coming. So
Wow.
all 60 stories which I have compiled till now. No, it will be 79. 60 already have done. So 19
Yes.
more story this year coming. So total 79 women story from
Wow.
diverse field. And
That
I
that is
and
amazing and
yes,
fantastic. It is something
uh,
that speaks volumes because you
yes,
never thought about being self-centered. You are a selfless lady out there reaching out to people, women, men who can equally come forward and bring their life experiences to enlighten others, ma'am. And that's wonderful. I truly would love to associate with you also in the future. I'm sure you have held many feathers to your cap by hosting innovative, collaborative orientation programs like Srishti rightly mentioned, May I Help You for parents and
yes.
teachers. Now, this is one thought that how this thought came into your mind that you
Yes.
have to have this kind of an orientation for helping parents and teachers because this is something I have never heard. And when I was actually reading about your life and going through, because I have already made a connect with you since I think 2 or 3 years, we are already there, Facebook friends. I was wondering how, like a grasshopper, you're hopping from one vision to another vision, and this was something wonderful that connected to me. So may I know that how this program May I Help You for parents and teachers you thought about it?
See, May I Help You is a program for parents and teacher, because when I was coordinating with the school, because when I make schools, I provide them the total expertise in terms of establishing the infrastructure, training the teachers, and also developing the curriculum, which I have my own curriculum developed, which is a mixture of Montessori method and Playway methods.
Wow.
So when I was developing that curriculum, my books are also there, which are being prescribed in the school. So that time I realized that working with a teacher, I found that every teacher is not at all that hardworking, which I expect them to be. I
Yes.
have worked without seeing a watch But I have seen most of the teacher used to work equating their salary and equating the time for which they are
Time.
hired. They are not that sincere. So that made me to come up with a program which helps teachers to be a better teacher. They should not be a teacher because this is an easy job, because there are a lot many vacation. They should be a
Yes.
teacher because they want to be a teacher. They want to educate children. They are
Yes.
experimental. They are innovative. In the
Yes.
classroom, they know how to teach. So I
Yes.
wanted to bring that creativity in me and impart to those teachers. For teachers, I devise this orientation program for teacher, where I teach them the teaching skill, the innovation, how to add innovation to your teaching. It should not be a classroom teaching that you come to a class, the children are feeling bored and they are not ready to listen to you. You should create that kind of aura in the classroom where every child is looking forward your entry into the classroom. Then,
Wonderful.
dealing with the parents, I realized that today's parents, I should not be saying, but there are so many parents, they don't know how to bring up their children. They provide
Very
all
right.
kind of facilities to them. Then they go to psychologists. They go to so many people who help them to, get rid of those habits which they have already developed in their children. So
True.
that thought inspired me to come up with a parenting coach. I became, and I started coaching them on how to bring up your children. Small
Oh,
children are
that is
like a
incredible.
clay.
It is
Small children are
amazing
like a
because
clay.
this assistance,
you
ma'am.
can you can shape them the way you want. You can put in any mold you want, but
Yes.
that needs your conscious effort. So that
True.
conscious effort was missing in from parent side. I felt that they are busy in so many things, but their children, they are not
Yes.
giving that kind of time to their children. They are replacing their presence with the presence.
Yes.
For everything
I,
they will give
I
the present
I
to their
love
children.
your line that they are replacing their presence with presents, and this is a fantastic line, viewers. If you're watching us, many of you who have joined us, Arasu, Geeta Sharma, we are feeling wonderful to have you here and commenting that incredible work Mrs. Handa is doing. When you are listening to what she's saying, it really means a lot. It's very meaningful what she's sharing with us, that parents are actually presenting to children all the facilities, and yet they don't know what they are missing. They're neglecting their children, and that is they have a run to the psychologists and all other people who are trying to make them understand, whereas it takes a little of time to sit back and pull your ropes and think about how they can give undivided attention to their kids, and not only their kids, their partners also. That's what I think Mrs. Handa is trying to build up in society and bring in a difference in this modern era. And her continued passion with her beliefs, she's also created She Connects, a collaborative platform for all the women who could gain from the wider exposure, networking, and also assistance is provided to them towards financial freedom. What more can I say for this lady? She is incredible. A woman having the wings to fly and making others fly with her. Truly incredible, ma'am. And your concept of wearing this crown of gender equality, I'm sure that you have never missed the essence of men. So, how did this idea of She Connects and He Connects bring you to a smiling level that you are right now in? Because I'm sure that it got inaugurated on 2nd of April 2022. When you created this She Connects, were you ever thinking that you would be building He Connects also in the future?
No, Gurleen, I just started this platform She Connect 3 years, rather 4 years ago now. And the thought came after I released my first book. I said there is so much of inspiration inside the book, but where are the people who are reading the books? They are not reading books. So why not to create a platform where such inspirational women, such inspirational souls are there, and they hold each other hands and they inspire each other. So that was
Yes.
the only thought. I was driving the car. I thought, what name I should keep for my platform. And in a spur of a moment, the idea had, because I'm doing something for the she, and they should connect with each other. Why not to name it as She Connect? So I just immediately came home and told my printer that you print the name She Connects, all the stationery you print. And this is how I inaugurated the She Connect in a spur of a moment, because I
Wow.
just wanted that every woman should come together. And that is the one thought. They should share their expertise, they should empower each other, they should, that is why my platform is empowered to empower. And the second thought was, when I started the She Connect platform, it was not that I am empowering women. I am no one to empower women. Women are already empowered. I
Yes.
wanted them to give a platform where they can exhibit and showcase their talent. They can get opportunities. They can connect to the world, and they can
True.
network with each other. That was the only thought. And
True.
the second part of your question, that have I ever thought about men? No. I just recently thought that when we talk about women platforms, somewhere women are at times taking undue advantage also, because
Wonderful.
we
Incredible.
biologically
Well said, ma'am.
biologically men and women are no they complement each other, men and women.
True.
A man
True.
is no nothing without women, and women is nothing without men, because they complement each other biologically also. But
Yes.
otherwise also in the society, we need each other's help. Today I am working, I am doing so many things because my husband is supportive. And when the
Yes.
husband go to work, and those housewives who work at home and they give the full time to the, so husband is able to work. So I really wanted to address this thing, that women empowerment doesn't mean that we take a flag and we run a race and leave men behind and we just become independent. No, my definition of women empowerment is not this. I
Yes.
want that women should be financially empowered. They should be able to take their own decision. They should do whatever they want to do. There should not be a men stopping her or women stopping the men. They should
Yes.
be independent even if they are partners.
Yes.
But men should also have a platform where they should have a voice. They can discuss their problem. They should also feel important. They should also support each other. So that was
True.
the only thought, because I believe in gender equality. I, in my home also, we are equal. If I want to do something, I am free to do it. My husband want to do. My children, they are exploring whatever they want to. There is no uh, pressure on them that you have to become this. I am running a
Yes.
event management company. My both the children are not into this profession because they opted for their own this thing. So
Wonderful, ma'am. I think whatever one sees, one gains a lot. When you have a wonderful thought, and you are lucky that you are parents to wonderful kids, and I'm sure they have got an environment where they can amicably express themselves to you, communicate their
truly,
feelings and desires and wants, and it's incredible and such an opportunity. There are people who do not have wonderful family, their situations, their circumstances, where people don't have that freedom to even exercise. But I believe that one should always not feel that they are left out. One should try to step out of the comfort zone to make it happen. Like when I was connecting to you, I never thought I'll be hosting you on my show, seeing your work on She Connects. You also share all those flyers coming in, all the conversations we had on in the messenger. I was very, very pretty sure that you are doing incredible work. And so many times I felt the need to connect to you and bring you on, because somewhere we are soul friends. Somewhere the concept of
yes,
empowering others, it can only be that we're already empowered. We need to realize consciously that we have to not fight a war against men. We have to complement and work together,
yes.
which is again the thoughts which are in sync with me. There are many viewers, ma'am, tonight on this show with us from the foreign country as well. There is, let's say hello to them. Ryan says hello, and she is a wonderful tarot
Hello to
reader.
everyone.
Yes, and there is
Hello to
Ritesh
everyone.
saying great conversation. There is Rupneet Kaur, she's saying lovely and kudos to you. We are having a great time. There is Geeta Sharma, mother of Srishti, hard work indeed does pay, is her compliment to you. There is Arasu P saying, Anjuji, really you have done so much great work. They are wonderful souls who have connected to us when we are conversing with each other, and I'm sure that your journey is an incredible journey, and you're sharing something which are the facts of life. And you have been honored with Women Excellence Award by Government of India, which is a very proud moment, not only to me, but for all the people who are watching this and the ones who will be watching it later. You've also won Social Activist Award by Green Earth Foundation, Citizen Journalism Award, Excellence Award by ICMEI, Women Author Award by Third Global Literary Festival. I'm sure that these all awards are not stopping you from doing much more in life, because these are just the acknowledgements that are giving you enough motivation that you have come so far and there is no full stop till.
One thing I would like to add, Gurleen, you said na, like so there are some people who are not as lucky that they have that. I believe that we need to change our environment. I think
Yes,
maybe if I had a ample of time to tell you my story, there are so many moments in my life where I felt very low, and I always used to feel that how to come out of this situation. So sometime I would, it is my say to all those viewers who are watching us that you need to create the situation to your favor at times. Don't blame and give excuses that my environment or my situation were not like. We have to create situations
yes,
as
yes,
to our favor where we believe that we have a say. We have to give voice to others, and we should bring out our voice also what we want to do. So I had very difficult times, very difficult situation in a married life, where at times I also felt that I am unable to do certain things, maybe because of family responsibility, maybe because of so many other factors in every
yes,
Indian family. So but I decided that I will surpass this and I will do something. So if you take up a challenge, मैं एक इसमें एक लाइन बोलना चाहूंगी हिंदी
why not?
की, जो मैं हमेशा सबको बोलती हूँ, और मुझे ये लाइन जितनी बार मैं बोलती हूँ उतनी बार मुझे खुद को भी इंस्पायर करती है, कि सीढ़ियां उन्हें मुबारक जिन्हें छत पे जाना है, सीढ़ियां
Wow.
उन्हें मुबारक जिन्हें छत पे जाना है, मेरी मंजिल तो आसमां है, रास्ता खुद बनाना है. So
Yes,
we have to carve our own niche, our own path. We cannot blame that there are hurdles on the way, there are stones on the way. If they are not there, I think today I am what I am because I have faced so many hurdles. अगर वो hurdles नहीं होती मेरी life में, so I should not have been that person which I am today. So we should always salute those hurdles which have made us what we are. That is
I
very,
think
very
everybody
important in
has
our life.
a wonderful life and a meaning to it. God has given us this life because every person individually has a unique talent and they can explore it. You have rightly stated that your family has explored their various real sources of joys and they are enlightened in their own selves. Trust me, a truly powerful lady knowing her rights and responsibilities, including skills, talents. I think she's a real source of joy for not only herself but for others also. And you have already provided so much of relief and happiness to other women. So, are there some ladies who have come forward to you, and maybe you remember some of the incidences where one event where you can mention about one incident which actually really made you happy from your heart when somebody approached you and said, Mrs. Handa, whatever you guided us has come true for us and we are now moving forward with a progressive life. I'm sure there must be many ample moments when
Yes,
people are coming.
exactly. That is what I was going to say. There is not one incident. There are so many. Every women on my platform, they always say that when we meet you and when you are around, there is some kind of aura. We feel that there is a lot of energy in us. Maybe after going home or after going back to our place, for some time we became low, but you create that aura where we feel that now only we should start something which is there in our mind. And they come to me and say that you helped us, because on my platform I am helping only women. They come with various problems that we want to open a store or we want to do this thing, we don't know from where to start, how to start, where to go, we are not finding, we are totally confused which way to go. So
So
there I
basically,
come.
you are showing them the path, and I can rightly say that it's not necessary that for being a psychologist you need to have those degrees, which I believe in. Like I am a master's in psychology, I have a distinction in guidance and counseling, but I also started the way you started by counseling Jawan's wife, and when I actually got my divorce, I also had my wings to fly. I shared my story in the book. I became a co-author for international book. It is something like breakdown to wake up. It was a journey that I shared, and I feel so empowered in my true sense that okay, fine, I'm not wasting my time. Even there were people who were telling me that deep talks, where, how far are you going to go with it? What are you trying to achieve by doing this? Is there any monetary income coming through this? I said no. When there is passion for something, you can
Yes.
stand on feet. You can still drive the world to yourself. When you have a positive aura, there will be people like magnets approaching you, and you one day will create a name for your own self, which you not only yourself will be proud of, but the people around you will
Yes.
salute you and will pray that there are more seeds like us who will be there to help this world get into a better, unity. That is what is missing in today's world. Nobody cares for the other person, is what is a very sad thing. And
Mm.
this is something that I really need to be grateful for, that your thoughts and my thoughts are totally in sync. It's like
Yes.
I can't mention this in words, that whatever you've said, I only dreamed of doing. She connects, he connects. I only thought about how a man can compliment a woman, whereas those women were marching on the roads and being feminists all around, and I could only see so many women in congregation, and a foundation they are making to just let the women know that they are being compared to men. It's a wrong notion, and they need to change their mindset. I mean, the
Gurleen,
both.
when I started this, He Connects, no, I really got the compliment from people, from ambassadors, from Dr. Sandeep Marwa, a woman starting a platform for men.
Yes,
That is something which that compliment really made my day. That really, I am that capable, at least to motivate them also. And every day, men are connecting to me through the WhatsApp group and our channel. They are connecting to me for their problems as well. And we have
true.
not only from India, we have members from other countries also who are coming on board on the He Connects platform. Although it is not a very big platform at the moment because it's a 2 months old baby or 3 months old baby, but yes, a ray of hope is there that it will become a big platform like He Connects
Definitely,
one day.
definitely. You have come so far with small, small visions, and you are raising the bar every time you're saying that there is. I am actually thinking that what next are you going to plan? Because it's the she and he connect. So I am hoping that next when I host you, there is going to be another major breakthrough of yours.
Yes.
And who knows that I also would be there. I've met Sandeep Marwa sir when I was being honored in some platform in Delhi when I was invited, and I'm saying this, that I also have learned that there are some great souls who have done remarkable work and they're still so grounded. Do you
And I
believe that?
give a lot of credit to Dr. Sandeep Marwa or through this interview also. He had been instrumental in giving a lot of opportunities to me. That is in publishing my book, and then also launching that book on a bigger platform, and always coming to my events because
Yes,
I feel that he is a inspiration personified. So I look upon him like a great inspiration. I have no
wonderful.
words to for him. So thank you, Sandeep ji, if you're watching this show, that you
And
have been
I'm
really
sure that you
instrumental.
will share this link with him. He's there on Facebook with me and you, both of us. I have met him, but I couldn't take out my time to personally meet him. So this show will make him maybe listen to us. That I also would love to host him one day, and maybe through you, you
I
put around
think
the word.
he is one of the
I'm sure
iconic
it will be
persona.
a remarkable time.
Yes.
Mrs. Anju Handa, before we leave this conversation, which is so beautiful that I don't want to even leave this conversation, which is well lived and loved. That is what I would want to say. What are the few tips? Because there is one question from a audience also. Geeta Sharma is asking you, what are your views about parents who are working and are not able to give the appropriate time to their children? She's asking. Will you be able to
Yes.
answer this question by a viewer?
Yes, for sure. I think nowadays we all are in nuclear family. Joint family system is disintegrated somehow. Joint family system is not there. So it is there, but percentage is very less. So in that scenario, when both the couples are working, it is not Geeta ji the quality quantity time. It is the quality time. Even if you give half an hour to your kids, you should forget your worry, your phone, your TV, with everything, your office, everything you forget, and that be that half an hour with your kid. I think it is not a difficult task. If you are, it is a compulsion for you to work, or maybe nowadays it is not for the money people are working. Women are working to have their own identity, on their independence, their financial independence, and it is a must. It should be there, but that doesn't mean that we neglect our children. So you have to maintain a balance between your work and your family life. It's not that all work or all family life. You have
True.
Saturdays, you have Sunday. That day at least you should forget your work, weekdays. Or I think, and I don't say that there is some magical formula which applies to every parent. Every
Yes.
parent has to devise ways and means from their schedule to devise to take time for their children. There is no
One,
one single formula which will work for everybody. Some have joint families, some have nuclear families, some husband wife ka working hours are different. So you have to devise a ways where you are available for your child. Don't give him so much of presence, but at
so
least shower your presence to them and be with them, narrate a story, read a book, take them to a movie, spend time, invite their friends to your home, give them a party. We do party for adults, we never do party for our kids, we do
yes,
must do this. So these kind of small tips which works, I don't know which tip will work for you, that you have
yes,
to pick and choose, but where there is a will there is a way. If you know that I have to give time to my child, you will maintain a balance, you will pre-plan, you will a
yes.
day before you will plan everything and go. I think I am a great planner. I plan for every small thing. For
Sure,
every
sure.
small thing I
And
plan,
it is
and I
already
write
seen
and
the
plan.
commendable work that you're doing, ma'am. When I say on this show that I pledge to unleash the folds of your mindset on deep talks to make you feel brighter and best, it doesn't suit you, ma'am, because you're already making others shine, and the smile on your face reveals that I might have lived up to the expectations of having a great
No,
conversation with
Gurleen,
you.
you are commendable. I think the what you talk, you have a great knowledge about everything. I have been seeing your episodes. I have seen that for every interview, the your comments comes. It comes from the heart, and
Yes,
they are so good. Like at times, I feel you yourself are a great inspiration to many viewers. And
thanks a lot,
you
ma'am.
create an impact not only
And
to the person who you are making interviewing, but all the audience who are watching you, because you
I
are not like doing a mechanical interview. You are totally into it. Deep talk is the right name for your platform, because
thanks
you
a
go
lot, ma'am.
deep.
It means
You
the
go
biggest
deep into it. You have worked
field.
very hard to know me as a person. You have taken out important inputs and discussed over here. That art doesn't come to every interviewer. So I think hats off to you. I really have a word of praise for you for this.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, and I hope I, from the She and He Connects, bring a lot many people on my show because I am honored. And I always share a quote on my show: "Hard work needs a consistency level that can be achieved by sincere, optimistic approach." My dear viewers, the ones who have joined us from across the globe and the ones who are Indians and are still loved, because this show brings what are the real facts in this life we are living, and we still are denying some of the facts that are true to us, but we need to see the real mirror within us. Mrs. Honda has really shown us the real mirror of how one can analyze one's life in different ways and still feel contented and driven to something that they can achieve, and that they still are loved and they still can live. What beautiful conversation this was. Forget me not while I say this. This is it. A conversation well lived and loved. And I am so honored to host Mrs. Handa on our esteemed walk towards completion of a century soon. Cheers to many more who will come on this valuable show and leave an incredible amount of impact on the millions who will be watching. I'm sure it goes to millions because I am not actually counting on the monetary aspects, but I'm counting on those people who are going to share my contact, my opinions, and my valuable guest experiences to those people who are really needing the help, and they can grow and also be there eternally impacting those kids who are going to be born in the future. We are doing something that is spreading smiles across a lot many people's faces while they're sitting at home and being comfortable. They can really watch it, share it, like, and comment. And I'm sure, Mrs. Handa, you enjoyed this conversation. One last message to the viewers that can enlighten their mindset for looking into the future connects with you.
I think you remain focused, pursue what you are feeling happy about. Don't do something which others are doing. Try to evolve your own likings and pursue it with determination, and dedication. That is the one thing, and that success will really be with you. So that is something which I would like to say. And every individual is born with some kind of a talent. Try to bring out that. Try to find out with the and try to talk with yourself and know yourself, that what is inside you which is hidden. Try to bring it out, and then you will be on the top of the world.
Wonderfully wrapped up by Mrs. Handa. I don't need to say more. Before we say good night to each other, my audience, you are truly loved and you are deeply connected with all of us. There is a deep tip which I always share. Practical guide to reach the successful high in life is to build levels of contentment with gradual step by step improvement in your daily lifestyle. So improve your lifestyle, and I hope that I catch you up while we are walking towards making a century. And here is Miss Gurleen Khokhar signing off for tonight. It was amazing to host you, Mrs. Handa. Thanks a lot for joining me and
Thank
my
you so
co-host.
much, Gurleen ji. Thank you so much. And thank you all the viewers.
Thank you so much, ma'am.